Okay, so let's check this out. We're going to do some rhythm work today, some rhythm exercises, and I guess I'm calling this session FUBAR for rhythm. For those of you that understand what the term FUBAR means, this is not how I'm applying it here. Today it refers to funked up beyond all recognition. So we're talking about funky rhythm at this point. So the thing that seems to be bugging students the most is learning to feel rhythm. Count it, of course, but learning to feel it. Those of you that are songwriters and who do music from a very emotional point of view, you got to put that aside. There is an aspect of music which is thoroughly and utterly technical, mechanical, but ultimately gets applied to the emotions of songwriting. So try to set that aside. Although you're looking for a feel, we're looking to mechanize the process. Okay, so what I'm going to do is set up my handy dandy metronome here. You'll hear this in a sec. Okay. So we're going to treat those clicks as quarter notes. So look, I could clap that here. That's good. So you get that. I can also clap in between. What are those called? Those are the eighth notes. So if the quarter notes are this, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes sense. I'm going to keep that going. Now the eighth notes get counted differently. Most of you know this already. Here's how you count them. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You should do this. You should set up the metronome. I've got this one set at 58 beats a minute. Clap with it. Make rhythm a physical activity, not just strumming on a guitar, right? Which is physical, but not in the same way. A percussive activity. And then, those are your eighth notes. Let's go one step further, because this is the point of what I want to talk about today. Quarter notes, eighths. Now I could do this, right? It's the same as click, 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 click. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You got that. Okay, let's take it one step further. Now we're doing sixteenths. So you're going to hear the click and then you're going to hear me clap. If I do it all, if I eliminate the first clap, how are they counted? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. Does that make sense? You should do that a lot. The reason you should do it a lot is you're trying to get the rhythm inside, not just something that kind of hangs out of your fingers. Right? Once you've got this part, I'll go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and which is what's written. If you have the sheet funked for rhythm, or FUBAR for rhythm, you'll see at the bottom I have the 16th notes all laid out, going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Notice I've done nothing on the guitar yet, by the way. It really has nothing to do with the instrument, although there's the mechanics of applying it to the instrument. It's the understanding that we're looking for first. So at the bottom of the sheet you can see it. You can also see, let me turn that off for a sec. You can also see that under certain parts of the 16th note run I have little stars or asterisks, whatever, call them what you want. And all you need to do is, as you're counting in your mind, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, you clap on the spots where the stars are. It is tricky to do. It does require practice, but it's very fun. So the one I've got listed here is, let's try this one, see if I can do this one for you. Put the metronome back on. Set it up in your head. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Good. So you can keep that going. Now on the run on the sheet, there's a star under beat 1. There's a star under the and of beat 1. There's a star under 2 and a star under the and the of beat 2. In beat 3, there's a star under the and there's a star under the and. I know it sounds funny, doesn't it? And under beat 4, there's a star under and. Let's try it out. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Two and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. Now here's the cool part. I'm going to speed this up. Just randomly did it. Check this out now. I'll go faster. Interestingly enough, once you get the pattern going, the faster you do it, the more you leave the realm of really thinking about it in terms of 1 and a 2 and a, and you get a feel for it. Here it is. Now, I'll bring the guitar into the mix. I'm going to bring it back down again. It's here, but you don't need to see it. All you need to do is hear it. Here we go. Just on one note. Da 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 da. Aha. one note. Let's now make up a melody with it. Essentially, I'm adding some variations to it, I can't help it. Let's do the same thing with chords. Nothing's changed. Now I'm going to count it out. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... See what's happening? Now the cool thing here is, and this is kind of what your homework is now, what you should do is write out a whole string of 16th notes, just like I've done at the bottom of the sheet. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Randomly put little stars or little check marks under different points along that. Simply see if you can play it. Set up a metronome at a speed where the quarter notes are pretty reasonable, and then try to play only on the spots that you've ticked off. But of course in your mind you're still thinking 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and all the way through. That's the key feature. You do this enough and you do it around a lot of other players all making music at the same time, this stuff kind of, it sinks into your bones. Everybody's heard me say this time and time again. So, you know, you have to trust in that. It's going to happen. But it is a practiced skill. It is something that needs to be rehearsed. Advanced musicians constantly work on their rhythm and their timing. Don't rely on your own internal foot to represent your internal metronome, rather, which is through your foot, to give you the timing to do this, because you'll tend to slow it down and speed it up to match the difficulty that you're going through. You've got to use the metronome. It's objective, it could care less about you, you let it go and you work with it and you become friends with it over time. So, FUBAR for rhythm. You've got to do it a lot. It's best if you do it on the 16th note runs, because those are the really cool, interesting rhythms. That's where you get the, you know, those are nice sounding rhythms. So if you can do it there and work backwards to 8th notes and then ultimately to quarter notes, you'll find the process even simpler as you go backwards from there. So, there you go. FUBAR for rhythm, 16th note runs, write them out, make little ticks where you'd like to play what you write. Simple as that. Talk to you soon.